I don't like discipline. When people talk too much of discipline, I keep a little bit away, because that is not my subject. My subject is indiscipline. We have done doctorate in it. We are practicing it. Anywhere you try to bring a perfect system, the nature will teach you that it is a total system and it can never be perfect. In the system of nature, perfection and imperfection are two legs. When you walk with one perfect leg, you will walk with the other leg which is imperfect. Then only the life goes on. You need both the legs to walk. You cannot walk on one leg, whether it is perfection or totally imperfection. You can't be totally an imperfect person. I will tell you a nice story from Bhagavatam, not Krishna. Krishna calls Duryodhana and Yudhishthira to Dwarka. He tells Duryodhana, go around the world. Try to find out one good person without any fault. He must be such a spick and span person. Just pick up one person and bring him to me. He tells Yudhishthira, pick up one totally bad person. He must be spick and span in his bad actions. So they go and come back. They both come back empty-handed. He asked Duryodhana, Kyare, I sent you for bringing a good person you could not bring. He said, I went and saw even very big rishis, very big saintly people. But when I looked at them, I found that they also had something falsified in them. Even a very truthful person, when looked at, had a falsified image. Behind that truth, behind all the truthful action, there was hidden another face. He was not 100% truthful. So I was not able to select one person who is 100% truthful. What am I supposed to do? You gave me such a difficult task. Now he asked Yudhishthira, hey Dharmaputra, could you get one bad person? I went throughout the world, I saw all the bad fellows, even the worst fellow was doing something good at some point of time. At some point of time, even the worst fellow was doing something good. Now the Lord said, Duryodhana, in your case, what happened was, when you looked at the person, you looked at him to find out what is wrong with him. Even at a good person, when you look at him with a negative look, what is the wrong this man is doing, you can still find out something wrong. Yudhishthira, even though you looked at all negative people, you wanted to find out one thing, what he may do good. So you could find so many good things even with people who are otherwise. So it is more your attitude, the way you look at things. When you look at it good, it looks good. When you look at it otherwise, it looks otherwise. That's what ultimately happens. So your attitude matters, and ultimately the Lord, in whatever form He is, you call Him Jehovah, you call Him Allah, you call Him Krishna, by any name you call Him, whichever you have got to the faith to which you belong to. He ultimately controls. When the Lord controls the entire world, your ego says that you can discipline. That is where we fail. Most of the time we fail because of that. Because even with good people, the problem is they never agree that the life is total on earth. They keep on talking their side. To me, there are only two classes of people. One is those who are good, those who have lived a life and who have committed mistakes, and mistakes are known. Those who have lived a life, committed mistakes, mistakes are not known. Why do I look very saintly or spiritually advanced for you? Because you do not know the kind of mistakes what I commit. on a day-to-day basis. You do not know the face that is hidden behind this skin. I am masked. That is why I am called a master. I have got a mask. But I am successfully able to mask myself behind my feelings and thoughts. You do not know what is my true intentions and true feelings. Whereas you are not masked. The disciple is not masked. But the master is masked, and he uses different kinds of mask for different situation, for different people. He is not the same with all. If the master says that I am same to all my disciples, he is the best idiotic liar in this world. The master's yardstick is not the same. No. He will not use the same technology with everybody. The master wears different types of masks. He is masked. That is why he is called as a master. You do not know. How do you know whether I am good, whether I am bad, whether I am right, whether I am wrong? You are going externally by certain things what I am doing. You do not know exactly what I am doing. I just say that I do it for your welfare. You go by that faith. But actually speaking, whether that faith can be questioned, it cannot be questioned. That is the trap. Once you come to a master, he uses a very big net as a trap. That is called faith. Once you are into faith, he makes you to do all those things with dedication and devotion. That is why from the disciple, you are elevated to the level of a devotee. That is the difference between faith and devotion. Faith is more theoretical. But when you put it in practice, when you are able to implement the various pillars of faith with unconditional love and total non-expectational attitude, if those words can be implemented, then you become devoted to the person whose line of faith you are implementing. So you become a devotee and you become an epitome of devotion. But initially as a disciple, you are just disciplined. And mentally you have the faith, but still the implementation of the faith has not started. It takes a little bit of time. So, what is indirectly we are trying to do? What this master does? Indirectly, what I am trying to do? I am trying to influence you all people. Today, what is it I am trying to do? By talking like this, I am trying to market myself better. That is the catch. The catch is, I am trying to market my product. There is a product I have got. That product, I am trying to market it in Canada. Because normally when we cannot market in our place, we try in other places. The easy catch is Toronto. So what we indirectly try to do, the master influences. Once you start listening to the master, you will lose something called individuality. First thing he will expect you is to surrender something called brain. If you are having the brain, you want to think on your own, then you can't go to your master. Once you go to your master, you must first surrender your intellect. Can you surrender your intellect? Because by surrendering your intellect, you have to surrender the ego parts also. Because intellect and ego are first cousins. They go hand in hand. A very intellectual person will be an egoistic person. There is no doubt about it. The master first attacks your intellect. He says that your intellect is useless. He will challenge your intellect. That is the problem with the master. You will be a very big PhD, you will be everything, you will go to him, you will tell him that What are you? He will ask. He will say that, you will say that I am a PhD in biochemistry, I am a PhD in microbiology, I am a PhD in life sciences. He will say that what are all these things? What are these things? I do not know all these things. I just asked you who you are and what you are. Can you not define yourself in a better way other than all the stupid qualifications what you have got? First, it's a very big hit. The entire world is appreciating you about being a doctorate, and you go to yourself, to your master and introduce yourself as a doctorate, and he says that no use of your doctorate. He says you give a better introduction about yourself. What are you when I ask? You are simply coming and saying, I am president of this company. What have I got to do with it? If you are a president of some other company, in what way am I going to be benefited out of it? I have not come to you, you have come to me. This is what the master will reply. So the first thing is, directly your intellect will be hit. Whether you are prepared to surrender your intellect or not. To surrender one's intellect, you must be very courageous person. Unless you are a very courageous person, you can never surrender your intellect. Cowards never surrender intellect because they think that intellect is their property. They cannot surrender. Somebody came to me and said that, Guruji, I surrender myself to you. I said, okay, we will start with the ATM card. Come on. You can go, what is there? No problem. Give your debit card as your ATM pin. That is where it starts. Once you go to your master and start telling some big things, naturally he will start asking you certain things. To check you, he is not bothered. He will take money from you, he will throw it on the road and go away. This is the normal practice. Somebody, I will tell you, something happened very recently in my life. Somebody came to a place where I was, I had gone there. He came to a place and he said that he wanted to give me some money for the exam. I said, I won't take that money. Because so many people are giving, I am taking, I don't say that I am not taking. That day I said that I am not going to take your money. What he did, he just kept the money, some cash, tying it in a small cloth, and he kept it on my bag and went out. I said, I am not going to take it. Okay. There were about some 100, 200 people there. Then I saw this sitting on my bag. Okay, nice, it's good. So there was one Poojyasri there. He was doing the job. I asked the Poojyasri to keep it in the puja. So he did some puja, something he did. Then what I did, people were coming and prostrating. I gave one note from everybody. Instead of giving a photograph, it's nice, no? They will also come for further pujas. Okay, good way. Okay. I would also love this fellow coming everywhere and keeping on, so that I need not borrow to distribute. Then his ego was hurt. Somehow this news went away. You know very well now. Walls have got ears. Our people share all the nonsense, more than sensible things. This went off. And then he called me over phone. I didn't pick up the phone 2-3 times. Deliberately I kept quiet. Because thoda pressure unche jana. Let us to go up a little bit. Immediately we should not respond in such situations. So I also kept quiet. Then 4th time I called myself. I said, oh, hi, how are you? What, Guruji, what you did? I told you not to give me. I told you not to give. You wanted to demonstrate before every person that you are giving money. Okay? You did not come to my place where within the 4 walls you are going to do something. Nobody is going to get to know about it. You wanted this as an advertisement before everybody. So many fellows are seeing. I thought it's better those fellows get a share of it. What is wrong? Okay. You wanted to demonstrate that you are capable of donating this kind of a money. All the others will feel very low about themselves. Even 1 rupee, $1 you come and give me, I take it like this. Because I consider it as very valuable. It is not the amount what you give is more important. You are participating in an event is more important. And I want to go to the Lord and say that, please kindly take care of him, kindly take care of his problems. Because why? Probably if his problems are taken care, he will be better able to concentrate on you. He is not able to concentrate on you because he is filled with his problems. Just think of the common man. I used to fight with the Lord sometimes. That is the way we communicate. Thank that fellow has never scolded me. That is also nice. So you wanted to demonstrate. When you do something, why do you demonstrate it? Your ego, you want to demonstrate it with before everybody that you are giving so much of money. I have got a bigger ego. I want to distribute it to everybody. What is it? So many people would have felt so happy that day, having 500 rupee note, 1000 rupee notes. So many fellows were happy. No, I simply gave it out. Everybody take it now. Just what is that? Have it. What is that? One or two guys wanted autograph with that. Other people are cynical, right? Guruji, I want your autograph. Okay, you are taking some book autograph, it's already. In a 500 rupee note, he wants me to sign. I said, already the secretary has signed. Secretary Finance Department or something, Reserve Bank, those fellows have signed. Already Gandhiji is very happy, he is laughing in the watermark. Okay, this itself is a blessing, you keep it. Don't ask me to sign all these things. You want me? Our stupidity goes to any extent. So if you look at the master with your mind, naturally he will do something which will totally distract your mind. You may not do such a thing. You will not do such a thing. I had gone long back to one marriage. I had a friend, nice fellow. Even today he is my friend. I have a friend. He is very good fellow, very nice fellow. But he had one very big demand when he was about to marry. The demand was, my wife should be very beautiful. Okay. He was going on seeing girls, some 100, 200 girls. He used to go see girls come. Then finally one girl, he said, yes, you want. I never attend these marriages and all. But I had a curiosity. This fellow rejected 100 girls. 101 must be really beautiful, is it not? Let me see through his eyes and see how beautiful she is. What is there after all? Eyes are there to see. If a girl is beautiful, I should not see, I should close my eyes. I don't do such things. It's a very normal. To me, beauty is more inner. I feel all of you are beautiful. To me, there is no difference. I said, okay, let me go and see what is there after all. I went to the marriage. Reception. You know, reception, they will stand with all coat suit. He was standing with coat suit. She was also standing there. She was wearing a very beautiful saree. Nice, some designer wear something. I don't know. Nowadays kids, you know better things. We don't know all that. We are from the good olden days. She was very beautiful, very nice. Then he said, meet my wife. He did it. And I said like this. Very beautiful. When am I supposed to touch a girl? So beautiful. Yeah, she also came. And we were going on. It was like Vladimir Putin and Obama. Going on. This fellow became very restless. Because he has not touched the girl. Still nuptials is not over and this fellow is going on. Already pressure was increasing. Then he gave his hand. I said, Namaskar. We are also notorious. We can be notorious. Not that by default we are notorious. What to do? No? Maybe he couldn't live with her for 2 years. You know that he finally divorced her. Because she should not go outside. She should not talk to the milk fellow. She should not talk to the vegetable fellow, not like America or North America or Canada where you go everywhere. That's a difference. There still the milk fellow comes, this fellow comes, the vegetable fellow comes. You should not stand here, you should not sit here, all these conditionalities. One fine morning she said, thank you very much, I am going up. The more you subject people to conditionalities, you condition, even kids if you go on conditioning, someday they will say, no, enough, fine. that's all. You go your way, I go my way. In the name of discipline, we should not condition the kids too much. All parents say, no, we want to discipline. You should also think about your younger days a little bit. How disciplined you were. You know very well how you were. Probably we may not be knowing. Then one father was telling me, my son, he scored only 85%. Your progress report. It's not there today. You can tell so many lies. Nobody to prove. 30 years, 40 years back, what marks you got. Your father I should ask. He will say. He will give your progress report. Now today he is saying, in my family, nobody has scored lesser than 100 marks. I know very well what his family is. In fact, many times I have doubted whether it is his own son. Because this man is much more brilliant. Never it can happen in your family. Probably the kid got exchanged in the hospital or something. It might have happened, I don't know. Unnecessarily boasting. Discipline, yes, I accept. Some amount of discipline is needed. But too much of conditioning will spoil your child. Because this is all because of our own ego. Most of the time we think we are the best. Most of the time we think whatever we say is the best. The kid has better intelligence. Nowadays kids are more conscious. They come out asking very beautiful questions, which you cannot reply. The kind of questions what they ask is something now we cannot reply. Because nowadays they want reasoning. For everything reasoning is a must. They want things to be reasoned out. Today they are more scientific in approach. They are not religious in approach. They are more scientific. Even religion they want it to be explained scientifically. That is the most unfortunate part. Because religion is more a subject of the heart. If it is a subject of the mind, probably I can manipulate and tell you something from the mind. How to reason out your heart. Can you reason out your heart? Is it possible? Someday you feel very happy, someday you are very lovable, someday you feel otherwise. What is the reason for the change in your mood? Why your heart is not the same at all point of time? You are most of the time confusing between your mind and heart. That is another big problem. Your thoughts, is it the heart that thinks or your mind that thinks? Because only the mind will think. The heart will never think. The heart will not think about any consequence. It doesn't have a mind. It only acts. But the mind will prohibit the heart from acting. Even if you want to do something, the mind will say, be very careful, don't do it. You may be in trouble. The mind is more a jackal. It is more a jackal. The mind will not allow you to function at all. But the heart will always make you to function. If the heart's function is stopped, it is because of the mind. And mind is more scientific, whereas heart is more religious. So it is a war between religion and science. That's what happens between mind and the heart. Basically, that's why. That's why you people feel very confused. We are not confused because we are mindless. Somebody asked me, do you have a sense? No, I don't have. So what do you mean to say? I said, I am a nonsense. How are you, Guruji, able to accept? Hey, what is wrong in accepting what I am? What is there? I am labeled as non-stop nonsense. What do you want to think, you can think. There is no problem. Because there is totally, mind is absent. To a person, mind is totally absent. How you can go and talk about things which are more manipulative by nature? Can I be of any use to people who talk from the mind? No, I cannot be of any use. If we are going to talk something of the subject of the heart, then please remember, I am the person. Don't go to your wrong address. There are a lot of religious leaders who are talking from mind. I don't belong to them. We are more from the heart. In religion, we have a lot of scientists. Similarly, in science, you have a lot of religious people. For example, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was basically a physicist. He was an atheist. He did not believe in God or something like that. But he had found out theory of relativity and he was lecturing throughout America. When he was lecturing about theory of relativity, somebody asked him a question. We are also scientists, we are also physicists, but whereas this theory of relativity didn't come to our mind, but how is it that it has come to your mind? How you were able to deduce the formula E equal to mc square, which we didn't get it. We are also equally knowledgeable, but it did not come to our mind. But how did it come to your mind? Then he said, there is no question of your mind or our mind. In the system of nature, everything else is available. I just was given a chance to pass by, so I picked it up. In the system of nature, everything is available. In the system of nature, everything is available. Everything is available in the system of nature. You don't have a choice. Lord gives you a chance to pick up something. So life is choiceless. Ultimately, you choose something also. It is the will of the Lord. That is what we believe in. It is not your choice. It looks as though it is your choice. It's not your choice. He has given it. There cannot be anything like a choice. When life is choiceless, chance is redundant. If a chance is given also, it is not a valid chance because it is already choiceless. So what chance you have is also the will of the Lord. The choice what you make is will of the Lord. For we are not the doers and He is the doer. But you think you are the doer. That is the problem. When I go to boys of nowadays or girls nowadays, you have all become executives in big companies. I just casually ask, so many kids come to me. How is life in the company? Oh, it's very hectic, Guruji. We have performance, we have goals, you have objectives. But to me, life is not at all hectic. You know why? There is no goals, no objective, no performance. Today, I need not perform and show to anybody. There is nothing like performance. So when you don't have a performance, when you don't have a goal, when you don't have an objective in life, you are a dry leaf and you get drifted as the wind blows. So there is no resistance in my case, but there is a lot of resistance in your case because you are not a dry leaf. So you are not able to flow the way the wind blows. You are not able to carry yourself away the way the wind blows. Because you are already into right and wrong, perfect and imperfect, good and bad. You don't think that everything is a gift of God and something happens. It is only His will that alone happens. So that is the kind of faith what we have. And that is the devotion what we have. So we look nonsense and senseless in this scientific world. Not that we are against science. In fact, science is very useful. I came by a Boeing 787 from Hyderabad to London, Heathrow. Then it was very comfortable. Yeah, science is able to carry me in about 10 hours, 10 and a half hours of time. And they're doing business class. Very nice, very beautiful. I was enjoying, I was coming, very comfortable. Very nice, wonderful air hostess. Not like India. Yes, very nice. I enjoyed everything. I came here, okay, fine, very nice. Science is very good, it's very useful. We accept it. It is Lord's grace that you hone your intellect and find out something. It is His grace. It's not that science has to be dumped. But you cannot keep carrying it everywhere. You need a religious attitude also towards life. You need to be balanced. Intellect should be upgraded to intelligence. Intelligence is different, intellect is different. Try to be an intelligent person, not an intellectual person. Intellectuality is no use. But you have to upgrade yourself to intelligence. You must know to what all you belong to. You belong to the entire nature. You belong to various aspects of nature. There are certain limitations in this world. There will be a lot of expectations. Yes, there will be a lot of expectations. There will be. The wife said to the husband, "Dear, you said that you will kill a tiger. Can you kill a tiger?" He said, "What? I unnecessarily go to the forest, kill the tiger and all." Add something else, no? Okay, fine. Today is my birthday. You get me a Mercedes Benz. Right. Okay, which tiger you wanted to kill? That is a better thing. Instead of trying all this, Mercedes will not be possible. So, naturally the human mind, whichever is comfortable, we go with that idea. Generally, if you are given a choice, but in two things, you look for the most safest one and the most comfortable one. You don't look for a challenging one. You don't look for a challenging one. Suppose you are given two posts. One post is you are going to be a top director in Pepsi Cola. Another post is you will join a non-governmental organization where you have to work for the Tamilians in Sri Lanka. You would prefer Pepsi Cola. Though you may be incidentally a Tamilian from Sri Lanka, you may not like to slog. You may not like to slog. When you earn a lot of money, you may give a lakh of rupees or $100,000 you may give for rehabilitation of Tamilians in Jaffna. But if you have to go sit there and do, you will say that that is not my cup of tea. Suppose we are all from India. Right. Many people from India have also come. You are all comfortable here. You are used to this kind of life. Now somebody is suddenly asking, why not you go to your village and start farming? No, all those things I cannot do. You want a lakh of rupees or 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, that I will send it. You please send me your bank account number. I will just wire the money. This is a possibility. You never want to do anything which is not convenient to you. What is not convenient to you, you always think it is not possible by you. Even if it is possible by you, you will always think that it is not possible because it is not convenient to you. If it is convenient to you, even if it is not possible, you will try to work it out. This is human nature. In human nature, we go by the theory of convenience. Is this convenient to me or not? Is this convenient to me or not? So depending on the theory of convenience, my acceptability level will be there. If I have to accept the idea what you have got, is it convenient to me is the first point that will come. So naturally a human mind is always selfish. But if you are from the heart and not from the mind. Suppose suddenly says, why not you go to your village in Jaffna? That is the place from where you people hail. Now the mind is not functioning, heart alone is functioning. Which is the next flight available for me to go to Colombo? From there I will travel to Jaffna. The mind is absent. The mind doesn't think anything. What will I do? It's a new place. All people will be new. All will be looking at me like a Canadian. Nobody is going to acknowledge me as a Tamilian of that place because I have come here and been in this world. Today I am more a Canadian. I am not a Tamilian. Will I be accepted in my own society or not? Is the doubt which your mind is going to first create. Why are you scared of going back to your place? I will tell you a nice story. There was one very big monk. He was about 50 years. When he was 10 years, he left his village and came. He became a very big monk. So one day, he wanted to go back and see his village. He had an urge. He wanted to go back and see his own village. The monk went back to his village. Everybody came around. Oh, a big monk has come. Nobody knows him now. It's 40 years now. 40 years. So nobody knows him. Everybody was, oh, great monk. One old lady, 80 years old, she came here. Hey, come on. I would like to see which fellow has come as monk. She came and saw here. Oh, the carpenter's son, that fellow, that Nagarajan carpenter, his son, no you are. Oh, okay. The monk now says, once you become a monk, don't go back to your village. Because still there will be somebody who will spot you that you belong to the old block. You are a chip of the old block. Even though the world recognizes you as a very great monk, there will be one person, at least in the crowd, who will say that, oh, you are carpenter's son. You are going to be recognized by that identity of your father, your village, your own people, your own language. You go and tell whenever the Guruji says, you say that I'm a president of this company. What have I got to do with you? If you are a president of that company, what is it I can do? Somebody came to me and he wanted to see me. So he sent his card, visiting card. Rajendra Kumar Prasad, IPS, Inspector General of Police. I said, I don't want to see this man. My boys went and said, sir, our Guruji is not prepared to see. He was a very intelligent man. He took his pencil, pen, he cut the IPS, and he cut this Inspector General of Police, he sent back the card. Then I went outside, come Rajendra Kumar. Naturally, no? See, I have not become that notorious that I need an IG. Still, I have not grown in stature. Once I become a total religious leader, then automatically criminality will come. Still, I am in the process of becoming that. Still, I am not fully that. It takes time. Today it is not needed. Once I reach that stage, I may need definitely that IPs. I have to see. But today still the need has not come. It's all a question of need. Nothing else. Because once you grow very big, you don't know what is all going to happen in your garden. And the buck will stop with you and you will be answerable to everything that is happening. It is better you don't grow. It is better we are like a bonsai. It is better you have a small crowd. You don't have lots of people. When lots of people come, your privacy is first lost. People are going to look at you through a telescope, microscope. They are not going to keep quiet. You are going to be analyzed. They are going to find fault with you. Because the society is such. You will get a lot of bad names as you grow. If you fall from a big 100-feet building, definitely no problem. You may survive or you may not survive. Suppose from the second step you fall down. There is no problem. Some small, you just put some tincture, it will be over. The more that height you go, definitely no. Potential energy. The fall will be great, MGH. It's going to gather a lot. You are going to be in trouble. Isn't it? So it's better, no, not to. It's in one way it's all better. Some small shop. I have got a very small shop.